What is up, guys? Welcome back. Houseside Broadcasting coming back to you guys live, or not live, but recorded here today. Back at 2002 racing game at Chicagoland. Looks like Truex is on the pole, going for his 6th win of the year. You see Blaney up there. He has 3 wins. Byron Busch has not won. Chastain has not won. Larson's only won once. Same with Reddick and Logano. Logano fresh off a Talladega victory. Alright. Dang. Wow, Denny Hamlin all the way down in 23rd. That's actually very, very, very uncharacteristic for the 11 of Hamlin. 23rd. He missed it in qualifying. Wow. Teammate on the pole. This is the first week. Joe Gibbs Racing doesn't look good. Of course, Truex is on the pole, but other than that, there we go. Green flag's in the air. Kyle Busch is right on that cut line. I do believe the top 16 is kind of breaking away, though, from 17th on. I do feel like the cut line, unless we have a surprise winner, probably won't have anything abnormal come out of it, but we'll see. Truex quickly off to the lead. Wasted no time. He's got 11 wins going back to even last year. He finished the year with 6 wins. He's already got 5 this year. So 11 wins in the first 2 seasons. Truex very competitive. We are racing back here, though. Truex to the lead. Looks like Byron is out to 2nd. Blaney 3rd. Chastain, Reddick, Busch going at it. A little further behind Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, Keselowski, Larson, Bowman. When will that 9 get in victory lane? Still hasn't happened. Keselowski is actually a winner last season. Buescher, his teammate, a winner this year, but... Alright. Can anybody top that 19 car? Barry? Mid-20s in points. Same with Nemechek, running 13th and 14th. Eric Jones is up here. Denny Hamlin quickly up to 16th. He started 23rd. He wasted absolutely no time. He already gained 7 spots. Allmendinger right there in 17th. He's finally moved out of dead last in points. You want to talk about an awful start to the season for the 16 of Allmendinger. He was 50-something points, maybe even a little more, behind 2nd last in points. Like, the first 6-7 weeks were all, like, outside the top 30 finishes. Like, it was awful. He got by Cole Custer. He's actually tied with Hemrick for 34th and 35th in points. Cole Custer now 36th in points for Rick Ware Racing in the 51. And Allmendinger running 17th here. Can he try to continue to move up the rankings? Racing back here. Christopher Bell, another Gibbs car, really struggling right now. Buescher, way in the back. Noah Gragson way in the back. Priest all the way back here. McDowell's running dead last. Interesting. Truex so far leading every lap. Him and Byron trying to run away. Blaney hanging around in 3rd. Reddick, Chastain, Busch hanging out here 4th, 5th, and 6th. Bubba Wallace is 7th. Chase Elliott 8th. Brad Keselowski 9th. And Kyle Larson 10th. See Bowman there in 11th. It's been a very, very, very quiet year for Larson. Only 1 win. And outside of that 1 win, he has not shown very much winning speed. It's been a very quiet year for Hendrick Motorsports. Byron's won a few times. I think it's 3 times. Maybe it's only 2 yet, but might have 3 wins. Obviously, Elliott's struggling this year. 10th in points, no wins. Will that 9 car ever get in victory lane? Running 8th. Truex and Byron trying to drive away. Will we see any pit stops? It's blurry here. Martin Truex Jr. here, leading first 9 of 54 laps. Byron is right there with him. What lap times are they running here? About 28s, 29s, so only 9 seconds back is last place. Likely won't see lap traffic, but lap traffic only seems to be a thing at the short tracks. Can't believe how far back Christopher Bell is. 25th. Denny Hamlin quickly got to 16th. He hasn't moved up since. Truex sent it off there into that outside lane. William Byron lost quite a bit of time there. He was only a 10th behind unless he makes up a ton of ground here. Yeah, Blaney got right to his back bumper. Byron had an awful corner right there. He's going to be probably 4, 5, 6 tenths behind, which is a lot to lose in one lap for sure. Tell you what, Joe Gibbs is really struggling. Of course, you got Martin Truex Jr. out front. You know, even when they're struggling, they still got one car doing well. Truex is out front, but his teammates, Hamlin in 16th, started 23rd. He's up to 16th. Ty Gibbs 21st. Christopher Bell 25th. So Truex is the only one saving the day right now for Joe Gibbs. And then it's a mixture. You had a Hendrick car, a Penske car, a 2311 car, a Trackhouse car, and a RCR car behind him. And then it stays, you know, we got another 2311, another Hendrick, and then an RFK car. And then you start seeing, you know, another Hendrick. There's Stuart Haas, another Penske, Legacy. It is kind of a mixture, though, throughout the field for the most part. Chase Briscoe did start 14th, 15th. He's back to 22nd. He is up to, I think, 19th in points. So he's not out of pointing his way in, but he's going to have to run better than 22nd if he wants to do it. Meanwhile, I actually completely ignored the fact that William Byron has passed Martin Truex Jr. for the lead. Small gap on him right now. Ryan Blaney, dude, is the absolute king at just hanging around. I mean, I kid you not when I say that dude is just hanging around every week. He's not leading a ton of laps. He's not dominating. But every week he puts himself in position, like running third place right now. Just casually running third place like he is just about every week. He's 4th in points. He runs 3rd or 4th, 5th every week. But he's got 3 wins. All 3 of which happened because of another car having an issue. I will make an exception in Martinsville. It was him and another car. I think it was Denny Hamlin who ended up having issues. So he was at least up there in the top 2, leading some laps. But all 3 of his wins took another car having an issue or something. A pit cycle, a crash, something. And Blaney ended up getting the win. And we're pretty early in the year, and here he is. It could happen again here. Casually running 3rd place. You know, Byron and Truex, something happens, Blaney finds himself leading the race. But yeah, no, Tyler Reddick right there in 4th. I think he's 5th or 6th in points. So Tyler Reddick again, he's another one every week. Blaney's running 3rd every week. Reddick's running like 5th every week, it seems. Chastain has been so quiet. Every week, I swear he's running 10th, 13th. He always seems to find a way to finish 5th, 6th. He's actually running 5th today. This is probably the best he's looked since early in the year when he ran top 3 at Vegas. So Chastain struggled this year, but still 7th in points. Bubba Wallace. Chase Elliott's up to 7th. Kozlowski 8th. Bubba Wallace losing 2 spots there. Been a quiet year for Bubba. He got that win last year, 2nd race of the season, which means 2nd race of this series. Truex back on the lead. Not going to get it, though. Byron going to remain the leader. Wallace got very lucky and won the Rockingham race. He hasn't been really even close to contention of winning since then. Can't believe how quiet Larson's been. I mean, Larson can end up being out in the round of 8 the way he's been this season. Like, I don't know if I see him getting to the championship 4. He's been so quiet this season. 1 win. He's struggled since then. That 1 win. Justin Haley's been phenomenal this season. He's running 30th right now for Rick Ware Racing. That car is never competitive, and he's been competitive enough in it to where he was able to get, he's 30th, 31st in the standings. He's ahead of both Colleague cars. He's ahead of both Spire cars. He's ahead of the Stewart-Haas 10 car. He's ahead of quite a few. He's right there with the Wood Brothers 21 car. He's right around 28, 29th, 30th, 31st in points. Way outperforming his teammate Cole Custer, who's 36th in points. So Justin Haley's been very competitive in that car this season. For Rick Ware standards. Chris Buescher, man, 31st right now, and he's going to be a playoff driver. If he didn't get that win at Darlington, he'd probably be exiting this race outside the cut line. There's a good chance he'll be 17th, 18th in points after this, running 31st. McDowell, another one. He's 17th in points, so I guess it ain't going to hurt, Buescher too much when the guy 17th in points is running 35th. Preece and Gregson are, 25th and 26th in points. So for them to be 33rd and 34th is still bad for them, for their standards, but Blaney's got to the back bumper of Truex. Reddick's lurking right there in 4th. 5th place on, though, is 3 seconds plus back. Like, these 4 have drove off. Reddick hanging there is really, these 3 have drove off. Byron, Truex, and Blaney. Chastain has Busch, Elliott all over him. Kozlowski's falling back a little bit. Bubba, and then Larson, and then Bowman, and then a second back to Barry. It has been a battle this season for the regular season lead between William Byron and Martin Truex Jr. Truex may have 5 wins. Byron's sitting there, I believe, with 3, but he's like right there in points with Truex. And where are they running right now? 1 and 2. So I would definitely say Byron and Truex are the 2 championship favorites. Running order's changed a little bit. William Byron's still out front, though. Truex, Blaney, Reddick, and then a pretty big gap back to Chastain. Coming to 20 to go. Can Byron clinch this victory here at Chicago? Truex a big run, though. Again, Blaney just lurking right there. Talk about some guys that have been surprisingly... Caesar, that's enough. Talk about some guys that have been surprisingly unperforming, or what's the word there? Not performing as good as what they should be. Chase Elliott, obviously winless a season ago. Unbelievable. He's winless the first 18 races of this season, counting this race, because it doesn't look like he's going to win here either, running 7th. He's good. He's competitive. He's just so quiet. He's not leading a ton of laps. I think he's led 1 lap, actually, all season. Or maybe it's a little more than that, but actually, I don't know if Elliott's led at all, now that I think about it. It's just been such a quiet year for the 9 of Chase Elliott. Quiet last season. That 9 car, when will it win? Will he win? He's been passed on the last lap for wins. It's not been good for the 9 of Elliott. Talk about Christopher Bell, the defending champion. Currently running 24th. That car just simply not competitive today. See a group of cars, Allmendinger, Stenhouse, Gibbs, Briscoe, and Suarez all in front of him right there. Denny Hamlin's been quiet today, but it's been a good season for Hamlin. 3 wins for him as well. Ooh, loose off the corner, an issue. Josh Berry gets by him. Nemechek's having a very inconsistent year. At least half the races this season, I'm seeing him run 13th. He doesn't always finish there. And then the other half, he's running mid-20s, which is where he's at in points. So clearly hasn't run good enough to not be that low in points. But Byron has put a gap on Truex. The regular season championship is sure going to come down to the very final races. The way it's looking is after this race, there's going to be 8, 9 races left. Yeah, about 8 races left, I believe, after this one for the regular season championship in season 2 to come to an end, the regular season. Byron versus Truex. I want to say it's either Hamlin or Larson won it last year. I could go back and look, but no, it's been all Byron and Truex this year. Blaney's going to potentially be a championship 4 threat. If I had to guess, I'm going to go William Byron, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, and I think I got to go Ryan Blaney for the championship 4. We've just seen so much more speed out of Blaney than we're seeing. You know, Reddick is also right there, but Chastain winless this year. Kyle Busch winless this year. Busch only won once last year, and it was at Bristol, but he was still competitive. Chastain won 7 times last year. He was the best driver last year. He was 3rd, 4th, 5th in points, whatever, but 7 wins, led the series in wins. 0 right now this year. He's been good, but just like Elliott, he's been good. Can't win. You know, Christopher Bell, the champion from last year, I don't see him making the championship 4 this year. I would say it'd be Byron, Truex, Hamlin, Blaney, Reddick, Bell. Trying to get my round of 8. Larson. I would say those 7, and then it'd probably be between Chastain or Elliott, maybe Kyle Busch. You know, you could throw Bowman or Logano in there to be that 8th guy, but I'd probably go with either Chastain, probably Chastain, to be the round of 8, which means I have Elliott out in the round of 12, Busch out in the round of 12. You know, some of these guys out in the round of 16, potentially Bubba Wallace, Alex Bowman, Joey Logano. Assuming all these guys make it. You know, you could throw Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs has been very good this year. I think he's 8th, 7th, 8th, 9th in points. Ty Gibbs, he's not running well today, but he's been phenomenal this year. Ty Gibbs is another one that very much so could be round of 8. I might even choose Ty Gibbs over Chastain. Honestly, I probably would put Ty Gibbs in over Chastain. Playoffs are going to be fun. To say the least, the playoffs will be fun once we get there. But then out of the round of 8, you know, who do I have in the championship 4? Probably Byron, Truex, Hamlin. Those 3 for sure, and then I'd have to choose either Ryan Blaney or Tyler Reddick to be that 4th guy. Or Kyle Larson. Like, I keep sleeping on Larson, but he's not been good this year. But Larson could easily be that 4th guy in the championship 4. I'm telling you, playoffs are going to be fun. Can't wait. Truex is right there on Byron. We saw Truex pass Byron on the last lap to win Michigan. It's every week it comes down to these 2. It's not going to be any different here with 10 to go. Byron, Truex, and Blaney under a blanket. Reddick lurking there in 4th in case there's an issue to pounce. They have pulled off from 5th and 6th by over 4 seconds. That is Chastain, Busch, and Elliott. Byron has put a gap back on Truex. Now Blaney's closer to Truex than Truex is to Byron. Maybe not. They're all about the same distance, actually. Tyler Reddick, his only win last year came at, was it Talladega? I think it was Talladega. Maybe in the second Daytona race, but I think it was Talladega. He got that dominant win this year. I believe it was Las Vegas early in the year, 2nd or 3rd race of the year. Reddick got that win. Since then, he hasn't won. He's been competitive, though, but he hasn't won. Who has won a lot? Well, Byron, Truex, and Blaney have. And it's those 3 at the front. The only other driver to have multiple wins is Denny Hamlin. Those 4, I believe, are the only ones to win more than once. Oh, here we go. Truex underneath Byron. Byron got wide. Back to the lead he goes. With 6 to go, it'll be coming to 5 to go. Is Truex going to pick up his 6th win of the season? It's still early in the year to have 6. I mean, I think it's realistic Truex wins 10 times this year. If he wins today, I think there's a chance he wins 10 times this year. I think he will beat Chastain's record of 7 last year. He's already got 5, and I think he could get his 6th today, passing Byron. He's been Byron's kryptonite, that's for sure. He passed Byron on the last lap at Michigan. Now he's passing him with 6 to go here. Byron has time to get him back, though. He's all over Truex. 5 to go, coming to 4 to go. Is Truex going to win the Chicagoland? Is he going to win again this season? Is Byron going to get it done? Do we have an issue when Blaney wins? This is also the regular season championship fight between these two as well. Is Truex going to be 2-0 against Byron, racing for the win this year? Can Byron get it? I don't know. Coming to 2 to go. He's losing some time. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we could be looking at 6-time winner Truex this year. He's got to run. I think it's going to take Truex to go wide for Byron to get by him. And Truex hasn't done that very much. Byron's running out of chances. Truex could take another one from him. Blaney lurking in 3rd place. I don't think it's going to happen. A big gap now between Martin Truex Jr. and William Byron. White flag is in the air. 1 to go. A big gap between these two. Truex did get wide that time. Way too big of a gap for Byron to make up, though, in half a lap. Oh, hit the apron a little bit there. Byron all the way to his back bumper. And Truex is going to win. Unbelievable. yet again for Martin Truex Jr. He's going to extend his point lead by a few points over Byron. Unbelievable. Truex wins at Chicago. 12 wins now last year, and this year he's tied his amount of wins from a year ago. We will be at New Hampshire next time. Laps led this season, obviously been dominated a lot by Denny Hamlin. He was leading a lot at the short tracks, which is why he's got so many laps led. But yeah, Elliott has led 1 lap this season. We were talking about that earlier. Poles, 6 have gone to Hamlin, 4 to Byron, 4 to Truex, 2 to Bell, 1 to Reddick, 1 to Logano. What a season so far. See you guys in New Hampshire.